Did I not tell y'all that? I said,
welcome. This is HowIFeelTv with Kase and Guz. We're always talking about how I'm feeling, how we feeling, how's the culture feeling. We got a special guest over here, JermThePope.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. You know what I'm saying? It's an honor, man.
What you got?
So tell us about what you're doing with your clothing line, right? You have a clothing line?
Yeah.
Tell us the name, tell us everything. What's up?
Grimy USA is, some fly shit that I be cooking up. That's it. That's what I'm doing with it right now. Just dropping shit, keeping consistent, regular shit.
I got a question for you, bro. So it's grimy. Why grimy? Why inspired you to choose that?
And how'd you come up with the name?
Yeah,
how I came up with the name was, it was 4th of July, 2015. One of the homies took a picture of me, and we was all chilling on the side drinking and shit regular. And he had sent the picture to me the October after that, so October 2015, and we just used the word grimy to describe that picture. You know what I'm saying? It was the face I had, the corona. It was the energy of the image was grimy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then the meaning came after that. You know what I'm saying? We used that name because I'm from the harbor. You know what I'm saying? Lawrence Harbor. So it's like kids in that area. Shout out Greg and all them.
Hold on. That was perfect. That was really good.
You didn't record.
No, I didn't record.
Oh,
yo, we about to scrap.
Oh, boy.
My memory card is full, so I'm gonna use my other one.
Did I not tell y'all that? I said.
As far as where we're from, that's really like a label they gave us. You know what I mean? Like almost frowned upon in Old Bridge. You know what I'm saying? Because technically we are Old Bridge Township or whatever.
Right.
So we took that label and we're just gonna flip it and make something great out of it. And that's really the whole idea behind the name.
Right. So what do you put your clothing line under? Like, is it casual clothing? Is it like a sweater, sweats?
I would call it
like sweats. Like what urban wear? What do you?
I would say just real streetwear, like real streetwear,
Right.
not like what you see now on Twitter and all this expensive shit. That's not real streetwear.
Right.
That's not what it is.
What is streetwear?
Streetwear originated. I would say New York, definitely. From what I've researched and all that and knowledge that I've gained. New York, it's almost like when you ain't have nothing, you know what I mean? So you take what you got and you make it fly, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and it's mad branches to it. It's mad, ripping bigger corporation brands and all sorts of shit like that. And that's really what streetwear is. It isn't Gucci, it isn't Palace, it isn't none of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Supreme, I would definitely say is a very genuine streetwear brand because they started in the streets, you know what I'm saying? It's literally what it is. Streetwear is streetwear. It's what the kids of the street was
So
wearing.
even with the price, you still feel like it's for this?
No, yeah, it's for the streets, absolutely.
So how do you come up with pricing of your different?
I think right now I'm going off of the demographic that I appeal to, honestly, because it's like, growing up, I ain't have money to buy no $20, $30 hoodies. I was $10 hoodies. Mom Dukes was taking me to ABC and Elizabeth, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. So I like to keep the prices low, but as we grow, I am going to increase the prices, and one day we're going to be at Supreme level pricing and all that, of course. But I think it all just comes with as your business grows. You know what I'm saying?
So how did you get into it exactly? Like, so you told us the background behind it. You told us what you're doing with it. So how did you actually start? Like, what made you say, "I'm starting this clothing line. I'm doing this"?
It started. I was like 17 years old. I ran into a very good friend of mine now, Brendan Peoples. We call him K. But he was at the courts, and I became friends because he looked like KD, Kevin Durant. So I would just walk like, yo, KD, regular. You know what I'm saying?
You got a nice beard there.
Yeah. Shout out to his beard and all that. But he had started 12. He's the one who started 12 Life, and
okay, I do remember that.
He was showing me designs on his shit, and I fucked with it so much because it was something that if I went to the store and I seen that hoodie or I seen that T-shirt or I would buy it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was fly. So I just started rocking with him, and I was helping him promote it crazy in the high school and putting stickers everywhere, and you know what I mean, whatever we had to do. But I was just riding with it. And for a minute, I had no real direction. When I was in high school, I was just chilling with bitches, regular.
Right.
So it was just, and then when that picture came about that October, I don't know, it just like, damn, I could really just do this. Like, fuck it.
So you do know.
I'm saying that because I always been a fashion forward person. Like I always like getting fly since I was young.
Right.
You know what I'm saying since I was little.
So you feel like you kind of stepping into your destiny a little bit.
Yeah,
because it was always a part of you, right?
Absolutely. Since the beginning, I always like to be fly. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So do you see in the future you venturing off into something else?
Oh, absolutely. We already venturing into something else. Me and my guy Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
We just started the new business venture, scrap metal recycling. I had to throw in the hoodie for today. You know what I mean? But I'm aside from the clothing thing. Like I love fashion. I love all of it, everything that comes with it. The producing the product, the designing, the late nights. You know what I'm saying? Sitting there on the laptop, switching this and all of that. Besides all that, what it boils down to is I'm a businessman. You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm gonna get this money.
You're an entrepreneur too. You
know? I like
respect.
Money. You know what I'm saying? So. I like the luxuries that come with it, so I'm gonna open up different businesses and here and there, and I would love to keep everything in the same lane, entertainment, because I love entertainment, but I'm definitely gonna branch out, do everything.
So with that being said, like you talked about your style, you talking about what influenced you, but how are you trying to influence the culture? What change you trying to make to the culture to make Grimy be known? To tell you the truth,
I have no real desire to influence the culture. I mean, I do want people to see like, all right, this is a kid who's started off nothing, you know what I'm saying? Printing in the garage. You know what I mean? I want people to see that and be inspired and go do it. And I want people to take my hoodie and put it on and be like, wow, like have that good feeling. Like when you put that fresh piece of gear on, you throw the bomber jacket on and that's your favorite jacket, and like, damn, you feel good. That's the feeling I want to deliver. Right. So I guess that's an influence in a way, you know what I mean? But yeah, not really like, you know.
So where do you see yourself in 10 years? And where do you see Grimy in 10 years?
In 10 years, I see myself extremely wealthy, man.
What?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go hard till I'm dead. You know what I'm saying? So I see Grimy at a very, very high place, you know what I mean? And yeah, just keeping it going, you know?
So then my question for you, and we're gonna kind of transition to the next topic here, is as these 5-10 years start to progress, people are gonna start using Bitcoin a lot. People are going to start using these new cryptocurrencies.
Or investing in general.
Right. Would you be accepting these as a form of payment for your product? What is your
opinion
on Bitcoin?
For me to be
Absolutely
rich.
not.
No?
Hell no.
But hold on, listen to this. To be rich, you got to have different incomes.
Not yet. I'm going to tell you why I know.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I'm in the works of creating a coin.
Right.
And I'm going to use that coin on my platform. I want to create a coin that's universal, that you could and tailor it to the clothing game, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I want to make this coin where you will convert your US dollars just like you do with Bitcoin, and you will be able to purchase a t-shirt, a hoodie on my website, on Supreme website, on everything, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah.
Amazon, all of that.
Yeah, everything. So you know what I mean?
So then if you want to make your own coin, you know, what is the purpose? I think you get a little more in depth in the purpose of it, you know what I mean? And on top of that, like, how do you feel about Bitcoin? How do you feel about the universal use of it and everything?
I think that shit is the future. I have nothing against Bitcoin. I said no because, I'm trying to make my own shit. But Bitcoin is cool, you know what I'm saying? Bitcoin is dope. It's like I said, it's the future, you know what I mean? Like I told y'all, like, had I saved that 30K and put it just in Bitcoin, that 3K and put it just in Bitcoin, I'd have somewhere like $30,000, $40,000 right now.
Right.
Just in Bitcoin, it's just sitting. And I let that shit sit until it hit 150 or whatever. But Bitcoin is it's a stock almost. I view it as like in a perspective as if it's a stock. You know what I mean? So it's like you put money in there, let it sit, it goes up. You know what I mean? You could day trade on it and all that. So I think it's just cool. It's just dope. It's the future.
What advice do you have for future entrepreneurs, aspiring entrepreneurs, to make their own brand, to invest in these Bitcoins? What do you got to say to them, people that are watching right now?
I think the best advice I could give is to stay consistent and to take risks. You're gonna have to. If you don't jump, you're gonna live with a big what if. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be asking yourself what if sitting behind that desk. You know what I'm saying? Every day. So that's the best advice I could give. You know
so being that you started 17, right? Mm-hmm. What have you made any mistakes or things that you would advise someone who looks up to you not to do? Like, what is something that you like? Don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
I would definitely say mistakes, but it's more of a lesson. You know what I'm saying? Everything is a lesson you gotta learn. I think if anybody's trying to start a brand, I think they should definitely do research before jumping into anything. Of course, just go with your gut, do what you do. You know what I'm saying? But definitely do research on pricing, numbers, and all that, because that was a big setback for me. You know what I'm saying? Jumping from printer to printer to doing this, and then I would just, at the end of the day, it was all right. I'm gonna just do it myself. Right. I print everything myself. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like,
I got a sidebar question. We discussed this in our last episode. And I kind of exposed myself in a sense, but I want to hear your opinion. I want to hear your opinion. It's on the record. Everybody watching, it's on the record right here with JermThePope. All right. Who cheats better, women or men? On the record.
Me.
Go.
I think women cheat better. Simply off the fact that as men, we don't give a fuck that much. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you're gonna go through the phone, you're gonna find it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to a female, they do everything with emotion, you know what I'm saying? So they go that extra mile to delete the shit or keep it hidden, you know what I mean? So I would definitely say women, they bring their stuff back.
Do you think they cheat more, or do you think men cheat more? Who cheats more?
Damn.
Who cheats more?
Guy code, I'm gonna have to say women.
What?
Nah, I'm just. I don't know, honestly.
Damn, women.
I said I feel like it's 50-50. Like,
I
feel like you can't give it to men, you can't give it to women.
Nah, yeah. No, just I guess I would agree with that 50-50 because it's like it's wild, so, we be wilding too, man.
So since we're already on we're on the outskirts of the topics that we were talking about, I'm gonna hit you with a little random question. Kase, hit that button for me.
Random question.
Random question time.
Make noise for the random question. Let's go. Random question.
We got a little random question for a segment. All right, I'm gonna hit you with this one. For anybody, Kase, you could get on this one too.
Definitely.
If you could eat one thing for the rest of your life, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, what would it be, and how would you eat it?
I would definitely have to go with pizza. Because, you know what I'm saying, you could throw anything on pizza. They got pizza with macaroni on it, got pizza with chicken on it.
Pineapple.
So, you know what I'm saying, I could just, you want with the pineapple. Super crazy. But I could just flip the pizza, you know what I'm saying, and just, I got a sandwich, you know what I'm saying. Chicken in that bitch.
So then my question for you is, you're going to eat that pizza with your hands or with a fork and knife? I respect you.
I feel like I would probably, can I pick like a place to eat?
Nah, you got it.
It gotta be one.
You got
a place. That's easy. Thing. That's easy. A place. What?
Damn. You gotta pick one thing
Hoffman Deli.
every single day. You're never changing it. You're gonna wake up and that plate's gonna be there. Like for me, I chose teriyaki chicken.
Yeah, I probably have to do like
scrumptious
wings, like buffalo wings.
That's a good one.
I could eat that all day. With some blue cheese.
Gonna be hurting.
With some blue cheese or something. Like, I think I can do that.
That's a good one. So
you got another random question?
I do. Oh, all right, we'll hit you with another one. So if you could live in any state, any country of your choosing, but the catch is, once you move there, you can never leave. You can never leave that country, never leave that state. Where would it be and why?
New York. Absolutely. That's the mecca for all the fashion, hip hop, everything. It's the mecca.
Anything.
You know what I'm saying?
If you want to start your career, you go to New York.
Yeah, New York. New York is definitely a big staple in the game. But also because it's huge. I could hit up upstate New York and I'll be in my whole cabin bag. You know what I'm saying? Feel like I'm in a whole different land. You know what I'm saying? Then I can hit the city. You know what I mean? And they got beaches in New York.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I could do it all up there.
I feel like I would probably do. It's either New York or Cali. Because in Jersey, nothing popping off. Like you're not wrong. You can't be a millionaire from Jersey.
I got it.
That's what Jersey's where millionaires go. I feel like.
Yeah.
So I would probably have to. Right? If I wanted to get into some acting, I'd probably do Cali. But for everything else in New York, so I'm probably going to New York. What you got?
I said I lived in Prague for 3 months. I'm a foreign man. I like my foreign. Yeah. So
watch this, man.
Yeah, it's okay. God bless you, baby, if you're watching. But anyway,
choose your words wisely, man. You get that chopping block, boy.
Prague.
Get
I
him out of here.
lived in Czech Republic for 3 months. Beautiful city. I love being international. I love traveling. But unfortunately, with this question, I wouldn't be traveling.
Right.
So Prague, Czech Republic. Wow, on the record.
All right, I got a question. So, if you had to talk to your younger self, like give your younger self a bit of advice, what would it be? Like something that's going to help for the next 30, 40 years or 10 years, whatever.
I would tell myself to think long term. Definitely. Because if I had somebody telling me what I know now and like, yo, go do this, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Now, like, when I was a kid, I think right now I'd be on a whole nother level at this point. You know what I'm saying? If I had started the Grimy thing when I was freshman, at this point I would just, shit would be crazy.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like I would just think long term and tell myself to get on it early.
Long term. So what exactly does life mean to you? Saying like you're thinking long term. I'm sure you laid in bed at night. You're like, damn, like, what is this? What am I doing? What's my purpose and everything? Like, what am I doing?
At this point in life, I think the best way I could describe life is a book we're reading in real time. You know what I'm saying? I feel it was written. You know what I mean? Like everything happens for a reason. I didn't have anybody to tell me that when I was younger, freshman year, sophomore year, 8th grade. I had nobody to put me on game then for a reason, you know what I'm saying? So that I could be at this point and I could be the voice for my younger brother, you know what I'm saying? So I could be the voice for your younger brother, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I could be that voice. So yeah, I think it's just it's a book we reading in real time. At this point, that's how I see life.
That's well put, man. What about you, Kay? What do you think?
What does life mean to me?
Yeah, what does life mean to you, bro?
To me, life is just about like elevation and growth. Like I feel like I can't be I can't be too stagnant for too long. So I would probably tell my younger self just keep going and try different things. Like that's why we started this, you know what I'm saying? Like why be stuck and why do things a conventional way? I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to get my family on, get my friends on, you know what I'm saying? Get the people around me, my city. So I'm not gonna just stay in one place. So I tell myself to just keep trying to progress.
That's interesting. I'm gonna add to that because like I feel like life is it's like a book. I'm gonna add both of yours together. Like I feel like we are consistently writing new chapters, writing new pages. Like every time I speak, every sentence I say is a new page, is a new paragraph. But I also feel like it's a thing of understanding. It's a self enlightenment to put it in that way. And I feel like we're always building. And for instance, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna say like, y'all ever got deja vu before?
Yeah.
So here's my little theory. I want to hear your feedback on this one, right?
Okay.
So deja vu, you feel like you were in that circumstance, you were in that scenario before. So you guys understand that there's multiple dimensions in the time frame, right? In the time, you know. So let's say, what if our past selves has finally caught up with our present selves, and in that instance, we saw what our future self was already in, and our past selves has already caught up in that time frame, that little whatever millisecond, whatever. It's a little wild, but
I like that.
You know what I mean?
I don't think it's far fetched.
I don't think it's far fetched either, but I'll even go another. Nah, maybe you're right. I don't know. I was thinking about something else. Nah, maybe you're right. Yeah, that's deep. I never thought of it that way. Yeah, I never thought of it that way.
Yeah,
I never thought of it that way.
Staying cool. I learned that in school.
So let's get into some current events.
All right, let's get it.
So recently you heard about LeVar Ball. He's making it's called the JBA, Junior Basketball Association. It's basically he's going to pay the top recruits in high school $10,000 a month to play in that league instead of going to the NCAA. What do you think about that?
I think if I could play ball, I would do it.
Why?
Because I'd take $10,000 a month any day of the week. What's up? $10K, what? To ball? What's up? If I knew how to play ball, I would. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a great opportunity because it's going to be mad people watching that. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know what I mean, LeVar Ball making headlines for the longest now.
Right.
With all his kids and all that. So I think that's a very good look. You know what I mean? If you a top prospect and you really that good, you know what I'm saying? There's going to be a lot of people watching that.
But don't you feel like that's going to kind of derail kids from going to school, getting that education? You know, because supposedly education is priceless. So
I stand where I stand. Fuck school.
So speaking of school, how you feel about school? Like, let's get into that. Why do you feel that way?
Because
I could backpack off that. Go ahead.
There's mad pointless information they feed you. You know what I'm saying? And I feel up to a certain point it's necessary, but then it just gets excessive. You know what I'm saying? You learning shit like when you get to like for college, for instance. Especially college. Like, I feel like high school, middle school, high school is definitely necessary. But once you hit college, it's almost like you want to be a basketball player. You want to be an electrician or a technician, whatever you want to be. You know what I'm saying? but they got you doing history and all this extra. Like, yeah, you need math if you want to do the electrician stuff and all this extra. There's some subjects you need.
Right.
But you don't need all the extra shit. You
Right.
don't need the literature and all that. You know what I'm saying? It's mad unnecessary
I'll
stuff.
go even farther. I feel like you can't be a millionaire from college.
Nah.
College really teaches you to just be in the system.
Yeah.
Like, I'm literally being taught to go to school, get a job, and die.
Yep.
They're not telling me how to do a YouTube series. They're not telling me how to make music. They're not telling me how to make something of my life. And then the thing that bothers me the most is I'm getting out and I got to pay you back for, for my education. Like, why isn't education free? So I feel like it's just the system is ridiculous.
The worst part of the system is that system is terrible. I think the worst part of that system is, though, that you get 1 week of vacation, bro. 2 if you're lucky, bro.
Right.
Bust your ass your whole life, go to school 10 years, you know what I'm saying? Get a beautiful job, and then you turn around and you get $100,000 a year if you're lucky. You make 6 figures if you're real lucky.
Right.
And then you get one vacation.
But peep this, you make 6 figures a year, right? Jay-Z do one show, he makes 6 figures. Like, what?
The way I look at it is I trust myself and my instincts and my knowledge more than the system. You know what I'm saying? It's just as big of a risk. You go to college and bust your ass and then when you get out, you're not guaranteed a job.
You're not guaranteed a job.
I have 2 of my uncles is stuck right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? One of my uncles went to school to be a psychologist, got out of college, saw an ad in the newspaper. He's been an accountant for like 10 years now.
My other uncle, nothing to do with
my other uncle, like 30-something years old, 40 years old, he can't find a job in his field. He did some management crazy. I don't know what the fuck in school. Right. But he can't find a job for years now.
Bro, I'm right on track with you. I feel like I believe in myself more. So
absolutely.
I'm going to work what I got.
Yeah.
Because we all were born with talents and purpose. I'm in the process of finding my purpose. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to work.
No, yeah, absolutely.
There's no way I'm going to fail.
Trust the process. Absolutely. Absolutely. If you believe it, you could achieve it.
You know what's wild? I read a little saying on Twitter. I was just going through my timeline. I read on Twitter the other day, and they're saying the C students are making the companies. The B students are working for C students, and the A students are working for C students. And to be honest, it's true, bro. It's exactly what Kase said. Kase, I'm gonna piggyback on what you're saying. We're just another brick in the wall. Once we get out of college, we're systematically being programmed.
Right. And let's break it down even further. Like, let's think about all of the people who changed the world.
Right.
Steve Jobs, Bill Gates. Like, they don't even finish school. So, like, but guess who they hired? The A students. You know what I'm saying?
So, of course.
You know what?
So, I don't know.
That's funny. That's funny that you say that because Bill Gates, what he does is that he hires the laziest people. Why does he do that? Because they find the fastest way to accomplish tasks. That's wild. That's wild.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? So
that's what we did with the cameraman. Like, we hired the laziest people. It's like, nah, get up the camera.
I quit.
You're fired.
But that's crazy. That's really crazy, and that's another level of thinking. I didn't even think of that.
That's wild.
Imagine all of the things that he knows, man. That's crazy.
But back to that LeVar Ball thing, man. Like, I feel like it's genius.
What do you think about him what do you guys think about him as a person? Like, no, in general, like what he's doing with his kids and with
I think he's genius.
Genius. But it's crazy because some people don't think like that. They're like, he's crazy. But this is what bothers me the most. When a black father not in their kid's life, they want to complain. Then when he in his like too much. Like, where's the balance, yo? Like, yo. He's doing what he's supposed to do. Like,
He's a father, man.
But what y'all think about him?
I think he's doing great things for them. He's going hard for his kids. You know what I'm saying? He's putting them on. You know what I'm saying? Making moves.
And even bigger than that, he's making a brand
out of his kids. Yeah. He's making a future for his kids. You know,
and his kids' kids and his kids.
Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Down the line, the lineage.
And he's changing the way that we think because people come out go to school, come out, then they sign, and then this is what I read the other day. Like when you sign, they don't even say you don't even ask for like a stake in the company. Like, they're not giving you a stake in the company. Mm-hmm. So while they sign you for $200 million, they making billions off you. Like, literally billions. Right. And then they'll give you a little extension. Oh, let's give them $250 million. But they already made that the first quarter of the last year. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like a different way of thinking. And it's like, how do we fall into that? And the corporations are literally taking money
I feel like LeVar Ball is a creative genius. I mean, this is gonna literally cause the NCAA to really sit back and think like, wow, we're losing kids to this league, to the JBA, and they're getting paid $10K a month, right?
Yeah,
Something like that.
Yeah.
$10K a month. Kids are gonna be like, top prospects are gonna be like, you know what? Why would I go to school when I could go get paid $10K? And then to push that boundary a little further, people are gonna get injured. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, that's what athletes do. That's the life of an athlete. So if a kid is playing 2 months and he gets injured, he has 20 racks in his pocket. Sure. And with that money, what you mentioned it earlier, he'll go to school, use that money to pay for
even
school.
bigger than that, his moms don't gotta worry.
Exactly.
If I got hurt right now, who gotta have my back? My mom. You know what I'm saying? So.
Exactly. So at
least I would have that money to give out. Like, can you give me this? Can you give me that? You don't gotta spend your own bread. You know what I'm saying? So
it's wild.
He's.
I think he's genius.
He's a genius.
Subconsciously, he making them their own grow up faster and be like a man on their own. I don't know. It's deeper.
He's making them a brand. Case in point, they're a brand. Right. They're forever going to be a brand. Anybody that mentions LiAngelo, LaMelo, Lonzo, they're going to be like BBB, Triple B. Right. What else? They're going to think about this league.
Right.
They're just always going to be. It's a branding. It's a marketing scheme that is like it's perfect. It's a picture perfect marketing scheme.
Right. And they only going to grow from there.
Exactly.
So I feel like as entrepreneurs, we should definitely look into LeVar Ball and learn from him because he created his own avenue. Like that's why I like people who create their own record label or their own clothing line. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to create your own stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit y'all with one more current event that we were actually researching earlier, discussing it before we started filming. Is net neutrality. How do you feel with these cable companies, phone companies coming in, and they're gonna charge you $2.99 per Google search. They're gonna charge you a package of Twitter, Instagram, and whatever you name it, Snapchat, for like $5 a month extra. Whoa, that's a little absurd.
As far as Google searches, there's a library right up the street from the crib. It's not really one of my worries. I think as far as like the social medias and all that, I think honestly, it's cool. It's gonna bring back an age where we gotta hit the street. You know what I'm saying? We want to go promote our stuff. We want more people to see our stuff. We gotta hit the street. You gotta go hit the mall and hand out, you know what I'm saying, flyers and all that.
Do you feel like that's taking steps backwards though? Because like if I post a thing on Instagram, that's 3,000 some people looking at it.
Of course.
Instead of me going to like across the street, that's 2 people. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, I definitely see it like that. But I feel like doing it this way, where we actually have to hit the streets and all that, it's gonna be more genuine love. You know what I'm saying? A million people could see my hoodie that I drop right now, and maybe only 100 people really mess with it. You know what I'm saying? But I can hit the streets, and people are gonna, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna fuck with it more. It's like it's more genuine. You're gonna see who's really. You know what I mean? You'll have real life contact with people that actually
it's real emotion.
Mess with what you're doing. You know what I mean?
I like the way you put it.
I definitely think it's a cool thing. I definitely think it's a step back, and I definitely think they understand they're gonna lose money like this because they can make a lot more keeping it free.
Yeah, right.
I feel like the reason why they're doing this is to limit us. They don't in this aspect. I don't believe it's about money. It's really just to limit us. You know what I mean? Like now we don't have access to everything in the world at our fingertip.
Right.
So it's like power moves.
I'm gonna play a little devil's advocate right now. So like technically, the net isn't neutral in the sense that we're paying for our bandwidth with the Wi-Fi. We pay with a package, with the cable package, the phone package, whatever, triple play, what you guys got, is you got to pay for high-speed internet.
Yeah.
So without that internet, you got to go, like you said, down the block to the library.
Yeah.
So technically, the net isn't neutral.
Like I said, I don't think it's a money thing.
Right. Well, we want to thank you for stopping by.
Thank you guys for having
me. We appreciate you.
It's been an
clap
honor.
it up,
Make some noise for the first guest. First guest on How I Feel TV.
All right. Talking about how I feel always. Stay tuned for the next episode.
You dig?
That's it.
What y'all think?
It was smooth, y'all.
It was good.
You want